Good morning, good morning, morning. This is Melanie Hines. I'm your fastest Iraqi dinar summary on the net. I just finished my live stream this morning at 9. If you want the timestamps, the articles started at about an hour and 3 minutes if you want the detailed articles. I just do the summary, so I'm going to give you the titles of the articles I discussed. There's a lot going on in the Middle East. I also prayed for our military contacts over there. I love them so much. And then they did have a death in the family. One of the mothers died, so pray for them. And then the music started. It was one song. It was very fun. It was more like a country vibe, if you like that. The song was at an hour and 36 minutes. The music, I will try to get the timestamps done, but I got to get back to everybody's emails today, so I'm doing that today. Also, guys, I'm going to be live again at 5. It'll going to be fun. I'm going to try to do some kind of workout today. God had me put on one of my workout tops. So I'm going to try to, this t-shirt says squat because nobody raps about little butts. I don't know. I love squatting. What's your favorite exercise? Comment down below. You got to keep yourself healthy because this wealth transfer is going to keep us busy. Amen. And my mastermind, I'll do the Zoom link today too. It's going to be open again to Miracle Manifestation members and mastermind group members. Just because it should be, because we're that close. We talk about how to manifest it. We also talk about my take on everything that's going on where I can talk freely. So here are the articles in this order. So just start at the intel, an hour and 3 minutes from the live stream if you want the details. The first article was gold and silver plunge sharply in global markets. We don't worry about that here. The cryptos dropped too, but I didn't have an article about that. Then there was another set. I don't think I went into those articles. Iraqi oil exports to U.S. slide to 83,000 billion per day. Iraq is now the number 2 exporter to OPEC to the U.S. The number 2. So Iraq and the U.S. are in great stead. There was President Barzani marks February 1st bombings with calls for unity. I love the leadership in Iraq. They're all calling for unity. I think we need to have leaders here that call for unity. So what do you think? Comment down below. Unity is the key. You know, united we stand, divided we fall. So I'm still praying for our nation that it'll be free. If you believe in that, if you believe in God, country, and family, then, and if you love your family, I hope you will subscribe and tap the bell. Next article, dollar slips in Baghdad and Erbil. Yes, because that's all about the parallel markets. Once they revalue this, the parallel markets will pretty much go away. It won't be an issue because they changed the laws in Iraq, guys, whether you know this or not. They can only use the Iraqi dinar in Iraq. It's illegal. You can get fined if you try to use it on the streets of Iraq. But the people that are in the parallel markets that do Forex trading, they're the only ones making money right now, and they don't contribute to the Iraqi citizens' economy. And the digital dinar is already in the banks. 90% of the money already went from the streets and mattresses into the banks because they got 1-to-1. One digital dinar for each paper dinar. They took it, and most people already did that, and they've chested the inflation ever since that. That's been going on for over a year. The auditors are always there because they have to update that everything's still working as they audited for the first time. There were 3 auditors there for years. And now what you hear about people talking about the auditors now, guys, I reported on that 3 years ago. They were all over Iraq making sure that everything, garbage in, garbage out, the new system has all good numbers going into it. That's what you have to do when you're transitioning the financial system. That's why you hear crazy things about the banks here, because it's a lot to change a banking system, but Iraq's system's already done, right? We're just waiting on the correspondent banks to get up to speed. That's the U.S. banks. And we got a lot going on here. Because why? Because when they got a lot going on and you're focused on this, they'll change the financial system underneath you. I'm just saying, that's what's happening. If you understand crypto, the digital dinar, you understand that. They have a digital dinar that's on Coinbase, on Handle Forex. And I reported yesterday that somebody looked it up. 1 RLUSD, that's the Ripple version of the digital US dollar, equals 7.67 Iraqi dinar, digital dinar. Okay, so I posted that. Look at my comments. That could be a sign of things to come. Amen. Next article, teachers turn displacement tents into classrooms for the Gaza children. Yeah, guys, I'm praying for all the citizens that have been harmed because of all these geopolitical tensions. It's always the citizens. The leaders get us into these things, and then, it's hard to get out once you get into a full-fledged war. Iraq boosts fuel self-sufficiency with launch of FCC unit. That's great. They're starting into the gasoline market. They are doing exactly what they told everybody to do. They're diversifying so that they can get their currency revalued. I think it's time. Then the article came out, violation of the Constitution, threats to dissolve the Iraqi parliament. What do you think? Do you think if they dissolve the parliament, they can't still revalue it. I think they could revalue it in the midst of the calls for that. So what do you believe? Do you believe it's done or not? Comment down below. Now we're going to go to the summary of everybody else, which I always commit to doing. I did a little bit of that today because I wanted to give you more for being on my live stream. But here I'm going to go over it again. This is a summary of everybody else. So my first 5 minutes was just my Intel contacts. For the people that say, oh, you just repeat everybody else's, you're just looking at my shorts. You're not looking at the bigger picture. And you should look at always, if you see a short that leads you here, I welcome you here. I give you the truth, facts, and optimism of everything going on. I have unique experience. You need to be here. Please subscribe, tap the bell. It's free. Most of my information is free. 13,000 videos. Go check me out. Mountain Goat. So far in this election saga, we received lots of input from Washington on the coordination framework choice for Prime Minister of Iraq. Finally, we have input from President Trump himself on this matter, and so I firmly believe Nouri al-Maliki chances of Prime Minister are non-existent. What do you think? You think Maliki's going to get back in? I don't think there's a chance. But what do you think? I want to know what you think. Frank 26, the next step will be a massive campaign that will start to talk to the citizens about all the things we have talked to you about for a long time. Yep. Jeff, they can't blatantly say, oh, we're going to lift the OFAC sanctions so you can go international. They would be telling you Iraq is about to revalue. They cannot do that. They're not going to do that. I agree with Jeff. Do you agree with Jeff? Comment down below if you agree with him. Sandy Ingram, I am in North Africa, Egypt. I am here to take a look at the IQD and to find out how countries surrounding Iraq are responding to the IQD. We are comparing the IQD to the currency value of the countries surrounding Iraq, Iraq's neighbors. The general vicinity, North Africa, is not considered the Middle East, but because North Africa is so very much Muslim religion, they tie closely to the Middle East. Kuwaiti dinar, is the highest valued currency against the US dollar in the Middle East at 326. Bahrain is 265. Israel is only 0.31. Turkey is 0.02. This is in the US dollar context. We would be so happy to see the IQD at 2 cents. Egypt is 2 cents. The IQD is 0.00076, so it's one of the lowest rates among the US dollar in Northern Africa and Middle East, but it's number 2 in OPEC for delivering oil. Who does that make sense to? It doesn't. That's why we're waiting for it. I think it's done. Trump wants it done. Everybody wants it done. It benefits everybody, and they've already tracked inflation. It's not going to cause a problem. The citizens have already taken in most of their larger dollar currencies to get digital dollars for them. They don't know their digital dollars. Just bring them into the banks. They did it very wisely. They're going to do it the same way here. Most of the citizens in Iraq don't know anything about foreign currency. So we believe the Mark Z, we love Mark Z. In Iraq, there are big meetings going on today. They will now vote tomorrow on the president. There are lots of behind door meetings going on right now. Well, we just broke the article that they may dissolve parliament altogether. What do you think? I don't know, guys. We don't know how this is going to work out, but I know God told me to tell you it's done so I could prepare you with the 3 steps. Fun Lou, with the election confusion and restructuring of the banks and insurance companies, Iraq has neither stability nor security, especially with the large protests whipped up by Iranian partisans. Look at the bright side. Now you have additional time to structure the RV to avoid capital gains taxes altogether and pay a modest 10% and not a dime more by using a CRUT, a charitable remainder unity trust. Well, in my community, we're going to hire my good friend to come on my Zoom as soon as you get some money. You want to set that up now? Go for it. You use your money for that if that's what you want. I don't suggest that. I'm not an attorney. I don't know who Fun Lou is, but Fun Lou has always been negative. This is never going to happen. Now all of a sudden they want to tell you what kind of trust to set up. I would be wary of trusting that person. Whereas I'm somebody who's been here every day. I have a bestie that I've known for 35 years who's been a trust and estates attorney for as long as I've been in Maine, which has been 26 years. So I trust her to tell me how the best to do it. And you can't do it to not pay taxes. Don't even have that thought in your head, because these systems are such, you try to avoid taxes, they'll take everything you have. We're just waiting for them to get some of the corruption out of our country, in my opinion. Claire, the Central Bank of Iraq is the first institution in the Iraqi state to implement program and performance budgeting. The board of directors of the Central Bank of Iraq approved the bank's budget for 2026, adopting the program and performance budgeting methodology. They're just the figurehead, guys. The central bank is always the figurehead of a country's banks. All the banks feed into it. It's all done, guys. It's all been audited. I've been reporting on that for, again, 3 years. You can go back and look at the history. I'm the only one. Look at my playlist. I give you plenty of insights in these summaries to help you know why I'm different. Omar, apparently whatever was signed with the CBI and the media busted all of this. Maliki WikiLeaks, information loose. It's become a noticeable topic of discussion among the public. The details about Maliki's alleged corruption are definitely out there on Iraq's television. Guys, that's how it works. Join me on the Zoom. I'll talk all about that. If you want to know, get in and ask me a question to remind me, because I talk about a lot of stuff on the Zooms. If you like the Zooms, comment down below. I love your Zooms. Just say, I love your Zooms, so people understand that that's where the truth, facts, and optimism on the big picture really comes out. Militiaman, Alak has the ability, he's the central bank guy. If the gatekeepers like the IMF, SAD, World Bank agree, he can make a real effective exchange rate adjustment just about any time they want. Again, he's not aware because he's doing his own thing. He's not listening to me, that the Forex article is already out there, that the CBI is already transmuted. They haven't recanted it because I have people that would tell me if they did. It's already suppressed but loaded on Forex at 4.8101 US dollars. It's already there. It's done at that. So I'll be live at 5. We'll see if it changes. Frank 26, Firefly, the television is showing us on WikiLeaks the evidence of Maliki. It was showing he is definitely loyal to Iran. It says during his tenure, he had more than 400 Iranians appointed to key state positions inside of Iraq. It showed he stole $350 billion. Many more things are showing on television and proving how loyal he is to Iran. It's all over our news here starting today. Frank, your media as of yesterday has begun to tell you the truth, primarily about the CBI's monetary reform. Mark Z, another one from him. The news really is staying optimistic. A bond contact told Mark to expect some kind of settlement on the Iranian front over the weekend. They have tremendous expectations for next week. This is from both the bond side and the Iraqi currency side. This fits in with what my Ministry of Finance contact in Iraq is saying. Bruce said, remember the information that came in was talking about us getting notified over the weekend and maybe starting Monday and Tuesday. Well, we have a slight movement in that. We heard the emails that our Redemption Center leaders are getting is telling them that they should have notifications next week, like the 4th or 5th. So we're pushed to Wednesday, Thursday of next week, the 4th and 5th of February. Believe me when I tell you, I don't like it pushed any more than you guys do. Guys, everybody's watching this very closely, including myself. If you like my delivery, please subscribe, tap the bell. I love you. I will see you at 5 p.m. Eastern time for some cocktails and some fun. I love you. Bye.